He shattered Haku's crystal ice mirrors with bare lightning-wrapped fists. He turned a water dragon to steam. The land of waves exhaled, but the bridge wasn't finished, and neither was the war. But somewhere in the dark, something had already noticed him, and it wasn't afraid. This is episode 3. The bridge burns, and Naruto Uzumaki becomes a name this world will never forget. 3 days after Haku fell, Team 7 crossed the fog again. Same bridge, different stakes. Zabuza was already waiting. Kubikiri Bocho slung over one shoulder, eyes empty as the water below. Then the sound reached them. Hundreds of boots, marching. The bridge trembled under their weight. Gato arrived last. Soft hands, expensive coat. The kind of man who never fights his own battles. He pointed a ringed finger at the bridge workers. The ninja, all of them. Once you're all dead, this country belongs to me. Zabuza's jaw tightened. He had worked for this man, killed for this man, and now he understood exactly what that meant. So I was just another pawn. The words came out flat, not a question, a verdict. Before Kakashi could assess, before Sakura could react, before Sasuke could position, Naruto stepped forward. Leave them to me. 3 words, calm as a held breath, absolute as a cliff face. Then the air changed. Blue light bled through his skin like a pulse. Dragon scales of lightning latticed up his arms. Then the flames came. Not orange, not red, dragon crimson. They wrapped his fists like living creatures, hungry and coiling. Lightning flame dragon's roaring wave. The name alone felt like thunder rolling off a mountain. A wall of lightning and dragon fire swept the entire width of the bridge. It didn't burn, it erased. Mercenaries didn't fight it. They ran. Some dropped their weapons before they even turned. Within seconds, Gato's army, hundreds of men, was gone. The bridge was silent again. Gato stood alone. The rings on his fingers suddenly felt very cold and very useless. Zabuza walked past Naruto without looking at him. "You've earned this one." That was all he said. One swing. Zabuza ended Gato's reign over the land of waves. Not for money, for himself, and maybe for Haku. When the fighting stopped, Naruto found Haku at the edge of the bridge, still breathing, barely. Naruto knelt beside him, not as a victor, as something closer, someone who understood what it meant to fight for the one person who ever looked at you. You were never my enemy. You were protecting someone precious to you. That's not something you should ever have to apologize for. Haku smiled, soft, real. The kind of smile that only comes when someone finally hears exactly what they needed to hear. And so were you. His last words, 4 syllables. They carried the weight of everything neither of them had been able to say before. Even Zabuza looked away. The demon of the hidden mist, the man who called Haku a tool, was crying. Not a demon, not a tool. Just 2 broken people who had found the only warmth the world had allowed them, and then lost it. Days passed. Hammers rang out. The villagers of the land of waves worked with something they hadn't felt in years, hope. On the morning the bridge was completed, Tazuna stood before the entire village, voice cracking, chest full. "This bridge will be called the Naruto Bridge." The crowd erupted. The fog was gone. The sun finally reached the water. Naruto stood at the center of it all, awkward grin, scratching the back of his head. Absolutely no idea how to be a hero. But something had changed. Behind those blue eyes, something ancient had stirred. The dragon inside him felt it too. For the first time in his life, Naruto Uzumaki didn't feel invisible. He felt seen, and he wasn't sure yet what that would cost him. Far from the land of waves, a room with no windows, a table with no chairs, 7 figures standing in absolute silence. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki has demonstrated an unknown classification of power. Fire, lightning, fused, controlled. A blue-skinned figure tilted his head. He destroyed a water dragon with fire. Sounds fun. His smile was all teeth and nothing else. Then the one at the center spoke. 1 word per breath, each word landing like a stone in still water. Observe him. Do not engage. Not yet. 2 words doing the work of a death sentence. Somewhere at the edge of the room, a pale figure separated from the shadows. Snake yellow eyes. A smile like a scalpel. The boy continues to exceed my expectations. Not said with admiration, said the way a collector describes a rare specimen he hasn't caged yet. News travels fast in the ninja world. Faster still when a 12-year-old boy eradicates a hired army with his bare hands. The third Hokage read the report twice, set it down, stared out over the rooftops of Konoha for a long time. A dragon raised him. The old man said it softly. Not a metaphor, a possibility he was only now beginning to take seriously. Perhaps fate has chosen an unexpected protector. He didn't say it to anyone in particular. Sometimes the most important things are said to the air. 3 miles away, in a training yard behind the Uchiha compound, Sasuke was throwing shuriken at a post. He'd been there for 4 hours. Every throw was Naruto's face. Every thunk into the wood was the sound of that lightning dragon wave. Sasuke's hands clenched. I'll surpass him, no matter the cost. He said it to the post. The post didn't answer. High in the trees at the edge of the courtyard, something watched. Still, patient, coiled. Such hatred. Such perfect, combustible hatred. You're almost ready. The snake yellow eyes blinked once. Then the trees were empty. The mission report on the Hokage's desk would eventually reach every major power in the elemental nations. It just wouldn't say what they thought it said. It would say Jinchuriki demonstrated unknown combat techniques. It wouldn't say, a dragon's fire is now loose in the world. Inside Naruto, the fox had gone quiet. Unusually quiet. Not the silence of defeat. The silence of something that was thinking. The dragon flame and the fox fire were sharing the same vessel. 2 ancient forces, 2 different hungers, and no one, not even the dragon, knew what happened when they truly merged. Kakashi read the debrief alone that night. He'd known prodigies. He'd trained alongside geniuses. What he'd seen on that bridge was something else. He folded the scroll, set it down. He thought of Minato, the 4th Hokage. What would you say right now, sensei? What would you make of your son? 3 weeks after the bridge was named, a notice arrived at Team 7's training ground. White paper, red seal, the Chunin exams. Every ninja village would be there. Jainin from sand, from sound, from rain. Every one of them was going to hear the name Naruto Uzumaki for the first time. And every one of those villages had already sent reports back. Something different is in Konoha. Something with wings made of fire and lightning. Orochimaru was already in the city. He had been for days. The forest of death had teeth. He intended to add his own. And in the Akatsuki's stone room, Itachi updated the ledger. 1 line. Land of Waves confirmed. Dragon Slayer classification. Handle with extreme care. Naruto didn't know any of this. He was on the roof of his apartment, eating ramen in the dark, watching the Hokage monument. He was thinking about what it felt like to hear a whole village cheer your name. He was thinking about whether he deserved it. Inside his chest, the dragon fire breathed. Inside the cage, the fox watched. Neither of them spoke, but both of them knew. The Chunin exams start in 7 days. Sasuke is sharpening his hatred. Orochimaru is already inside the walls. And a 12-year-old boy, with 2 ancient fires in his chest, is about to walk into an arena full of people who want to see what he's made of. He doesn't know yet that the real question isn't whether his power is enough. The real question is whether anyone in that arena is ready for what lives inside him.